Hey, Sea Dragons, this is Mrs. Nash, and I just want to go over a few things with you before you get started. The purpose of this video is to give you an overview of your assignment in Canvas, talk to you a little bit about Actively Learn, give you an introduction to the creation story that you're going to be reading, and talk to you a little bit about expectations for the course. So first and foremost, to access Canvas, you're going to go through NC Ed Cloud. And when you're there, you'll see your dashboard. And if you have multiple classes, you will see several classes. You're going to click on English 3, and that will bring you to your module. Please check your announcements every day. That's my best way to communicate with you, so make sure that you're taking a look at those announcements every day. So let's go back to our modules. You'll see the first thing that we have is the warm-up, and the warm-up is a short video, short Edgenuity video. One thing I want you to keep in mind about Edgenuity is that sometimes it's kind of hard to see these little boxes at the bottom, and so make sure that you're scrolling down so that you don't miss the pages before moving on to the next part of your module. The second part of the module is a discussion. This is how I'm going to check your attendance for Monday, so make sure that you participate in this discussion. If I don't hear from you in the discussion, I should get an email from you or some other form of communication so that I can count you as present for Monday. The next thing that we have is another Edgenuity video. You guys are going to be seeing a lot of these Edgenuity videos. And so just again, keep in mind, usually you're going to have to scroll down
behind creation myths.
To find the content. So you're going to go through these 9 pages. And then the next thing that you have is a page that I put in here that gives you an overview of some of the stuff that we're going to be looking for in this lesson. So the purpose of this lesson is to help you understand what creation myths are, how they can better help us better understand a culture's values, and a little bit about a culture. Remember, creation myths, they're ancient stories. They're about the creation of the world, plants, animals, people, and they contain details that help us make inferences about cultures and values of a people. So just a reminder, that word inference, we'll use that word a lot. An inference is an educated guess. And so when you read The World on Turtle's Back, you're going to make inferences about the Iroquois people based on The World on Turtle's Back. And so we have some examples here from the previous video. We have a Hawaiian creation story and an Indian creation story. We have an inference that we can make based on the story and educated guess. We can infer that the Hawaiian people are closely tied to and highly value the sea. Well, how can we infer that? Well, it comes straight from the text. And you see quotation marks here to indicate that text evidence is words that come directly from the text. And then we have an explanation of how that text evidence helps support the inference that we're making. So take a look at these notes before moving on to the next part of the module, because in the next part of the module, you're going to be doing the same thing, but for The World on Turtle's Back. Now, if you looked at this video before or if you looked at this module before and you saw a link to Edgenuity, that link was broken, and so took it out and added a link to Actively Learn instead. I really like Actively Learn because it allows me to do some things to support you that I can't really do with Edgenuity. So one of the nice things about Actively Learn is that if you highlight text, it'll pull up a box with some options. Now, these are teacher options, but for you, when you highlight the text, you can define or translate. You can get read aloud, you can insert notes, and so I find that to be really, really helpful. Also, Actively Learn allows me to insert some notes that give you additional information or help explain parts of the text. And finally, in Actively Learn, you'll find questions. So as you go through, answer the questions, and that'll be a part of your grade. When you're done with Actively Learn, you're going to go back to this document and you're going to make inferences about the Iroquois people based on the world on Turtle's Back. So what are 5 inferences that you can make based on the text? So you're going to write out your inference, give me text evidence, and then explain to me how that text evidence supports your inference. All right, and that is what we're focusing on for Monday, August the 10th, and Tuesday, August the 11th. We have a Zoom scheduled, I think, for Monday, so I'll be posting that link and give us a chance to go over some of this stuff and do some troubleshooting.